Hi everyone, and thank you for joining me on my first proper trip out since passing my day skipper. I'm filming this now in June 2022. The footage was actually taken in September 2021. It took me a while to get it done because I needed a laptop that could do video editing, which I'm still learning, by the way, so bear with me. And also, I was debating actually whether to put it out there or not, because things, as you'll see if you watch till the end, went quite horribly wrong. Um, but I thought, if people like Patrick Lane and Eric Anderer can film their shortfalls and broadcast them to the world, then why can't I do the same? So I'll join you back at the end in June 2022 again, and I'm going to run you through exactly what I learned and a bit of an update on what's happened since. Enjoy. And just one thing I wanted to quickly add as well, like I give my dad a bit of stick in this video, but my dad is an absolute legend. He has sailed single-handedly around the Scottish Isles, like the Northern Tip, everything. He's been all around British Isles single-handedly. He's been to Denmark and back single-handedly. He is a legend. Hi, so I had quite a few requests on this channel from people saying they'd like to see more from me and my journeys. So I thought I'd bring you along to the Kettle and the Farn Islands on the Northumberland coast with my dad and I. My dad's just away to get a shower. We're both a bit hungover. Just went out last night, so excuses stay to me. There's not much wind. Our wind reader thingy, I don't know the name of it, we just realised we've been reading the manual trying to set it to true wind for the last 2 hours until we realised that it wasn't actually connected to the yacht's computer, so can't calibrate it. So we're just gonna have to do it old school and rely on our bare weight. It doesn't feel like much wind at the moment, not at all, but loads of people in the marina have gone out, so obviously they know something we don't. So yeah, we're gonna just head up there. Hopefully we can get the sails up. If not, we'll just motor, so be it. It's got to be some wind sometime, right? So yeah, here we go. There's our dinghy, nice and clean. This is our yacht Star. She's a hunter legend and she is pretty pimped out, thanks to my dad, who has spent a lot of time and money on her. Yeah, and we're pretty much ready to go. Someone just coming in from search and rescue. Don't know what's happened there, but I thought I'd film a bit of the action. So the people who've just been pulled in from the lifeboat are absolutely fine. Just a bit of engine failure, smiley faces all around, so good, nobody died. Yay. So this is where we are, Amble Marina, coming out of the river Corket. And oh god, it's really hard to film this and do stuff with it into the North Sea. Pan out a bit, and then we're going north. And we are going to be dropping anchor in a small bay called the Kettle. Which is there. You can see that. Thought as well I would tell you a bit about where we are. We are at Amble Marina at the moment, which is just on the Northumberland coast, north of Newcastle. It's not 24-hour access here, so we're just waiting for the water to be close enough to high water for us to get out. So we should be leaving in about, say, an hour or so. We've just been cleaning out the dinghy because it was full of like rainwater and bits of seaweed and stuff, so we've done that and we are pretty much ready to go. So just getting some fuel. We've not even left the marina yet, and my dad and I have already had an argument about knots. He's too many, he thinks mine are not enough. In terms of tying onto cleats, I'll do a couple of figure of eights. He likes to lock it off. I think it's dangerous on your fingers. I'd like to hear everyone else's input on that. So we got something stuck. Don't know what it is. It's pretty choppy out here as well, so keeping on the wind isn't easy. Probably too many knots. So there's not much wind, so we're motor sailing. Still going to video, not going to be precious about that. Doing about 3 knots. About 5 knots. Oh, okay, that we're not paying that, that's broken. We're doing 5 knots apparently. I think we're going to go into Newton now rather than the Farn Islands. Right, speed over ground is 5 knots according to the GPS. So you can see, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, there's Dunstable Castle up in the distance. I think we're going to go around that headland and go into Newton Bay instead, and maybe go to the Farns tomorrow. Weather's not looking great, wind's a bit crap, a bit choppy. I've had a nightmare with the sails. 2 arguments. We're debating where to go, aren't we? Where are we going? So we're going to Newton, and then I think we're going to go up to either Berwick or the Farn Islands.
Well, we'll cross the Farn Islands, so we'll maybe go into the Farn Islands for a few hours and then head up to Holy Island or Berwick, depending on the weather.
Yeah, we'll just
and this is training for Norway.
Yeah, training for Norway next year.
Yeah. 3 months in Norway.
Yeah, 3 months in Norway, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Try to get to Russia.
Yeah, or
Lofoten?
Lofotens, yeah. And Svalbard.
Oh, I don't think we'll
are we
get
brave?
eaten by a polar bear.
Are we brave enough? No.
It's a bit chilly as well,
I know. Yeah, this is our training part 1. No, from Northumberland to Norway. So we're just passing Dunstable Castle now. Not sure if the video does it any justice, but it is actually a sight to behold. Some amazing castles on the Northumberland coast. Hopefully do another video in the future of the Flamborough, which is spectacular. But yeah, that's Dunstable, and we're not far from Low Newton Bay, which is where we're going to drop anchor in a bit. So we've just dropped anchor here in, what's it called? Low Newton Bay.
Low Newton by the sea.
Low Newton by the sea. Really calm at the moment, freezing but calm. We've got Dunstable Castle over there, and then we've got lovely sandy beach there as well, and a pub. So gotta have the pub, yeah. So yeah, so I'm absolutely freezing. Stand away. Not used to doing this camera stuff. Yeah, I'm absolutely freezing, so I'm gonna get warm and go for a paint. So check out this table my dad made. Master craftsman. No spillages. Okay, so we're having a bumpy night, as predicted. Fender steps banging on the side of the boat, so I'm going to make sure my dad doesn't fall in. It's 2 AM. We can hear banging noises.
That could be transferring through.
Ah, could it be from them?
Aye.
So how the hell are they sleeping?
Well, obviously not a boat.
Yeah,
Hitting pretty slabby, you know.
yeah.
I don't think it's not really.
Even we're safe though.
Of course not.
How are you? Let's go. Get yourself to bed. Right, I'll see you in the morning. So just enjoying the sun while it lasts. Hopefully it will. So we're going to make our way up to Sea Houses now. And just tie onto one of their anchorages in the inner town, just pick up some supplies, and then we'll be heading over to the Farn Islands. It's going to be morning. So, yeah, we're hoping to just have a nice chilled night, early night, and get up and explore the Farn Islands tomorrow before putting the fenders on before we go into Sea Houses Harbour. That really annoying noise is that. Amber Castle in the distance. So we've already rang ahead and they said it's okay for us to stop for a bit, which is good because we didn't book in, so very lucky. So we're just leaving Sea Houses now. There was no ladders left, so we've just had to raft onto this. We've got a wind blowing right onto us from this direction, so exiting this harbour is going to be fun. Anyway, better crack on. Bye bye Sea Houses.
That mooring boy. I can't see anybody else on it.
Okay, so the winds are really strong. Couldn't pick the buoy up. We lost our pole and it's just too cold and choppy for me to get in and get it. So unfortunately we're going to have to abandon. It's definitely an omen because I think we've got bad weather coming in. We've got a southeasterly wind and no shelter, so it would have been a horrendous night anyway. So we're just going to go back to Newton instead, where it's nice and calm and we can relax. Want to get the sails up, but my dad's too pissed off at the moment to put the sails up, so yeah, he nearly got pulled into the sea. So yeah, we're just gonna motor for a bit and see how we feel. But look at the Cheviot. Hi. So yeah, basically we've just got to the Farn Islands. The weather wasn't forecast to be the way it was. It was so windy, really choppy, quite big swells. Tried to hook onto the buoy. Both of us are hanging onto the pole, and no body strength in the world could have got the boat with a pickup line onto our fleet. Not a chance. Yeah, so we lost our pole. It was too cold and choppy for me to get in. I'd normally go and get it, but it's not worth it. Just goes to show how quickly the weather can turn here. So we're going to try and go back to Newton. I was saying to my dad get the sails up, but he's a bit pissed off at the minute. He's not in the mood. I think he's just had enough. I'm tired as well. It's been a tiring couple of days. I'm hoping that the weather holds out for tomorrow, because we've got the wind, westerly wind, perfect for a good run all the way back to Amble. so I'm hoping that we get some decent conditions tomorrow. Yeah, so just going to see where we end up. There's always, you know, you have to have a plan A, B, C and D in this game, don't you? The weather here just turns completely just like that, you know. We'll have to see houses, it was blazing sunshine, lovely, and now it's just gone terrible. So we're just going to have to see what happens. That's the way it goes, I guess. So just wanted to talk about our decision, why we decided not to stay in the kettle tonight. So when we got in there, as I said earlier on one of my videos, that we got considerably large amounts of wind. I've looked back on the videos, but it doesn't actually look, you know, it looks like it's really calm. It doesn't look bad at all, but it was really quite turbulent when we were in there, wasn't it?
It's called funnel wind.
Funnel wind, right, okay. So yeah, the way the Kettle Bay is, you've got two big outcrops of rocks, and where we were going to drop our anchor to the southeast of us was the middle of like the channel of water going between the two outcrops of rocks. So that wind was just hammering us through there, and that's why we couldn't get hooked onto the buoy at all. We lost our pole, unfortunately. So yeah, we turned back. We decided to come here to Newton. The wind did pick up on the way back, but unfortunately it was on our nose all the way, and the tide was just about to change, which means we would have got wind over tide, and it would have been a horrible journey back to Amble. So thank God we come in here. Have you got any comments? Do you want to say something? Go on.
There's nothing I can say. I'm glad I've done it. We made the right decision.
We did, didn't we?
Yeah, it's really calm in this anchor. This is why it's called Newton Haven.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, we
And the rock on that anchor is holding.
yeah, the anchor's holding up.
Yeah, well worth the money.
Yeah, and sometimes you've just got to cut your losses and put safety first. So we're going to settle here for the night and enjoy ourselves. And we got warmth, and we got shelter.
And we've got some wine.
And some more wine. We don't normally drink this much, honestly. I'm on holiday. And it's called Nautilus as well, how appropriate. So we've got company now. We're going to start getting ready to go. We've raised the top and lift a bit because we had an issue with the sail not getting quite to the top of the mast on the way up here. So we're taking the canopy off now. Not too much wind, so we're going to try and just get the main sail up quickly and just check it. Hopefully we can get back on sail. The reefing's a bit dodgy at the moment, so if there's too much wind we probably won't sail. Well, we'll get the jib out, but that'll be it, because it's just too much hassle until we get the lines put through. Just too much hassle doing the reefing and everything. We probably could do it, but we're just a bit lazy. so let's see how it goes. So now my sailing instructor has turned up with his new lot of day skippers. That's his yacht, Pure Gallus, and it's Northumbria Sailing School. They're fabulous, by the way. Get booked in, folks. So we managed to get the sail, pretty much the main sail, all the way up. Got a nice bit of westerly wind on a beam reach at the moment, which is good, and I think we're doing about 3.5 knots, 4 knots, which is, it's alright. It's nice and leisurely, which is all we can ask for. It's just so nice to have the engine off. Let's hope it stays like this all the way back to Amble. So we've just realised the sail still isn't right at the top. Trying to figure out what's going on. So there's something jammed on the mast.
Take me back to a place where I felt
So we have a problem. We've just gone over a pot marker and it's caught underneath us, and we lost our pole up at the Farn Islands. So yeah, just gonna have to sort of think about what we're gonna do here. We're probably a good still an hour or so away back from Amble. Not much wind, but we can't switch our engine on, so not sure what we're going to do. So we've just had to phone the Coast Guard. So the Coast Guard are on their way. A bit of water coming in the bilge as well, just a little bit. So I think there's probably quite a bit of damage.
Consolation, we've got lobster for tea. There's a blooming big lobster pot banging underneath the yacht. In 35 years of sailing, it's the first time this has happened to us. A lobster pot under the yacht. Never mind.
Wow, what a beautiful night and a fabulous end to our adventure. That's Walkworth Castle in the distance, just outside the marina. We can't get in at the moment because it's low water, so we've just tied on to one of the tourist boats.
Do you want to take these for us in?
Yeah, yeah, do you want them washed? Yeah,
I just wash them.
yeah, I'll take them and wash them and I'll bring them back for you. So yeah, there we go. How did we even get in? It's completely dried out. How close were we? We wouldn't have even got in had we have been literally 5 or 10 minutes later. Wow, we are definitely lucky. So first of all, I just wanted to say thank you and a big, huge shout out to Cresta Lifeboat, who spent ages literally trying to cut us free from the lobster pot marker. They weren't able to do that. And thank you to the Amble Lifeboat guys that towed us back in. Yeah, I've got so much appreciation for our emergency services, I guess, on the sea. We would literally be screwed without them. We weren't the only ones that day. You saw at the beginning of the video, like our neighbours were also pulled in as well. And the guy from Cresta Lifeboat actually says like it's most days it's happening at that time because there was just a influx of lobster pots everywhere. I mean, it's actually getting a bit ridiculous, but I guess these people need to make a living as well, right? And we just have to coexist together. In future I won't be doing the coastline. I'll be going right out to sea just to bypass them completely and then come into the coast later on when we get past that area. So yeah, big shout out and thank you to those guys. I know a rope cutter is something that when I get my own boat I will be installing. And I know I've met a few people since that have got rope cutters because it's such a common occurrence on the Northumberland coast. So so that's one big learn for me. Another was just using the radio. Like I totally fluffed my lines, and I did when I did my VHF course. I fluffed my lines. So now when I'm crewing for people or when I'm on my dad's board, I try and just use the VHF as much as possible because you do get a bit of stage fright, and if you say the wrong thing, then no one's going to respond to you. So you need to get it right. You need to practice it. If you've just passed your day skipper and you're going to charter or go on a long passage, just do some role play or something. Practice it, because trust me, you don't want to fluff your lines like I did. So yeah, anyway, damage to the boat. So we got back, we had to get the boat lifted straight out, and there was some damage to the prop shaft. So my poor dad had to pay out to replace that. Um, and obviously his pride, as someone who's been sailing for years, his pride was a bit damaged as well. But it could happen to anyone. It could happen to anyone, and it does happen to anyone. So there's no shame in it, right? We all learn from these things. Also, another discovery that was made when the boat was being repaired was that we had a loose keel bolt, which would explain the banging noises we were hearing in the night when we were on anchorage at the Low Newton Bay. So thank God that was spotted then, and not, when the boat sank somewhere. So that was another problem that was solved through what happened. Since September last year, I have also joined a local yacht club, and I've been crewing for some other people, as well as my dad. Obviously, my dad's boat's been out of the water most of the winter. And I do like to go out and sail in the winter. The weather doesn't really bother me. So I've met some like-minded people at my yacht club that like to go out and, just play around with the sails, and, going out in quite windy weather and just seeing what the boat can really do. My dad's boat is almost fixed now and it's ready to go back in the water soon. So I can't wait to get out there and just see what we can do with the legend, because I think not really used it to its full capacity, if you like. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video anyway. And I'm going to start doing more. I know the sound's crap. I filmed it on my phone. I'm looking into getting a decent camera. I've got a GoPro at the moment, but it's a Hero 5. And everyone's saying that the sound quality is terrible. So I don't know if my next videos will be any better, but I'll maybe try and put some subtitles on there when I upload it to YouTube. But yeah, thank you for taking the time to watch it, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Bye.